Hi, everybody. Welcome and welcome back. My name is KIMIKO Sumi, and today I want to talk about. I'm not doing a Kimiko's corner right now, although I'm in my corner, but I just kind of wanted to, discuss, what's been on my mind this morning. And I do have a lot of anger bottled up and a lot of resentment for a lot of people, actually, especially the ones in the last decade to 12 years that I've come across. I do. And you know what? I really, really can't stand the real root of the problem. The people who got me, bullied me out of my own apartment years ago. You know what I'm saying? I might as well have thrown thousands of dollars down the drain because that's how much I really invested into that apartment. And I wasn't like mature enough to realize, and not only that, I was my mental, illness clouded my judgment enough. I should have. Something told me back then, don't buy all this stuff for this apartment because you're not gonna be able to keep it because you're getting so anxious, and they're just really they are making your social anxiety worse back then to where it's probably not a good idea to spend all this money to lay out your apartment because you something tells me that you're not going to be able to have that all of that stuff anymore along with the apartment. So I noticed that the aggression with those people that provide so-called provided me that apartment, well, the case managers, not the people themselves, not the actual clinic itself, although there were some people that weren't actually like case managers and stuff, that they might be mean and stuff occasionally, but it was basically the case managers, and they had the most hands on with the clients at the clients, the patients, whatever. They had the most hands on with us, like the case managers, and it was a little bit too much. Really, the thing is I think that those people should have not had so much dealings with the patient. I think it was overkill. I can understand them making those patients have a case manager for things like just basic things, but like maybe like resources and stuff like that. But they were actually acting as if they were a therapist or something like that. Like they would force their conversations. Well, on me, I know that much. When they would come to my house visits, they would force, like sometimes I'd be staying. I'm mad about this. This is why I'm talking about this morning. I know I probably should get over it, but I can't. I can't because I'm mad. They would stay over at my house sometimes for like hours talking, throwing racial like microaggressions and racial like things my way, like racial like stereotypical comments and remarks my way, knowing that I have a mental illness. And it was unprovoked. It was totally unprovoked. It wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that they would have more tact dealing with mental health patients, that they would be more careful about what they say. I know that people make mistakes in how they speak to people, but we don't all say, even if somebody might be a professional. I know we can people can make mistakes, but it seems like it was deliberate. It was deliberate to humble me. It was deliberate to know that they were in control and that they had some type of authority over me as a black woman. Um, it was just hard, but something told me back then, don't buy all this stuff for this apartment, because something tells me that you're not gonna keep you're not gonna be able to keep this stuff for too long. Okay, so you just pretty much blowing your money. I really wish I would have saved most of that money and then still left that apartment, the second apartment, and used it to still go to California, but invested it in something else. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I could have done really, because I just don't really know. But the thing is that it's sad that I have nothing really to show for that whole experience except for one table, which my prayer altar sits on, and it came from Wayfair.com. And that's the sad part about it. Because me as a Libra, I'm very fair. That's where all of my furniture came from, way fair. Ironically. And I was being way too fair and I'm still a very fair person, but I'm not that motherfucking nice anymore. I'm fair, definitely fair, but I was being way too fair and nice and accommodating for people who just wanted me to jump out of character. Anyway, like that was their plan. And I do know that they were probably angry because of the way that I left that program or whatever the fuck they had going on. I decided to lose weight, better myself, try to learn how to start perfecting myself. I became more self-aware of how I acted and how I was acting, and more self-aware about my appearance and my health and different things. So I realized, I realized that there was a particular moment from one of them where I was like, nah, I'm about to get even with them. That happened a year before I finally got to my goal weight, because I remember, because I had several cases that I would always have a new case manager. So it was always new people at my house that I did not want coming over, and they would stay. And it didn't really add up the times that they would stay individually. Some of them would stay for like 10 minutes. Other ones, it seemed like they would stay up to 2 hours. It just never really made sense. It was almost like they were killing time at my house, or they just were there because they just wanted to be there and just wanted to really use microaggressions and to upset me. You know what I'm saying? So, but the last one that I had before I went on my weight loss journey, back when I was 26 years old, she said something real sneaky. She sneaked this the fuck out of me. And I kind of checked her a little bit, but I was like, you know what? Now I'm gonna get even. I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm gonna lose, because she was talking about my weight. She was coming for my weight. She was coming for my appearance, everything. And, I know it had a racial undertone to it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna like fight back in an aggressive way. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get out of character right now for them. I'm not gonna really. I never did really get out of character with them, but especially her. But I did. I was like, you know what? Now I'm real serious about losing this weight because I want to lose these people. In the back of my mind, I knew at 26 years old, when she was leaving my house, I knew, oh no, no. I'm gonna lose this weight now. I'm dead serious now. So a year later, I got to my goal weight. I was wearing an extra small at that point. And I went on vacation to celebrate in Los Angeles. And as you can see, I'm going to insert some pictures of me because I'm very proud of those pictures that I was able to. That was actually my second trip to LA. And I went there with my mother, and we met up with her college friend. She used to go to LACC with, and that's the Actors College. And they were both actors. My mother was an actress, and her college friend, was an actor. And we went to San Pedro, California, at Cabrillo Beach to celebrate my weight loss. And, it was really nice. I took pictures and stuff. And, then when I got back to Dallas, the depression, the worry, the stress, it came back to me all at once again. But then I started to listen to tarot videos and stuff. And I remember it was this one lady, she was telling me to get out of my comfort zone at the time. And she was telling me about experiences that I would experience from different people that was in my current life at that time, and at that month and year, which was September of 2015. And everything that she was saying basically in that video still to this day are true about that situation. She told me that there was going to be a confrontation with certain people, and they were going to back down once I stood up for myself, and that happened. And after that experience, because I was torn. Should I just abandon this apartment, or should I just stay? And I was trying to really work with it. And I guess all of the negative experiences together just got too overwhelming to the point where I was like, you know what? After that incident with the two cowards, I was like, nah, nah. I didn't made up my mind. Now I'm leaving this apartment, and I could tell that they were. I could feel their energy, like they were getting worried, like they were getting worried, scared, or something like that. Like they were getting frantic with trying to convince me that it was still a good situation to stay. They were calling me too, and I was blocking them. Before I left, I was selling my things, anything that I could sell that was in my apartment. I was selling them, the TVs, everything. The things that I couldn't sell, but they were still good, and I felt like they could be salvageable from other people. I broke them up, and I kind of like disassembled the things. Like I had this beautiful entertainment center, and I had to break it up. My brother had built it for me like probably a year before that, and it was gorgeous. I got it from Wayfair. Everything in my apartment was from Wayfair.com. And my brother built that for me, and that was my favorite thing in my apartment was my entertainment center. But I had to break it up because I didn't want nobody to have my stuff that I spent my money on after they, it was like a fight or flight. It was either fight back or flight. So I literally left my apartment and abandoned it, broke things up, kind of whatever I could do to like kind of break it up, except for my exercise machine that I know I needed, but I really didn't really need it like that because I was gonna go to LA anyway, where I could exercise outside. So I just left that behind, and like I said, I broke up so many different things, and I left and I got on a plane and I went to LA, and it was hard. It's been challenging ever since then, but it did help my confidence come up a lot, and it helped me see myself in a better light and my potential in life. So I really do believe, even though I still go through a whole lot. I go through a lot of things, and I have even, I know now that that was part of my spiritual awakening. It was something that needed to happen for me to help humanity see, different groups of people's oppression and like the things that we go through, be it mental illness, racism, sexism, classism, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even though I lost a lot, I did gain a lot of experiences that I'm amazed by, and I've taken a lot of pictures over the years. I've gotten more like into my own self-awareness. I've become more self-aware. Like I am calming down right now. Like I was angry at the beginning of the video. I was angry at the beginning of the video. Oh, excuse me, there was something on my phone. I was kind of angry at the end not the end, but the beginning of the video, y'all. But this is kind of helping me relax. I did chant. I did say my prayers this morning, and I meditated, and but I'm just kind of just being like, I think it's called cathartic with y'all, like just kind of being cathartic to myself with y'all and the camera and myself, period. Just kind of just thinking about it, just talking about it to myself, like self dialogue. And I kind of thought, well, maybe let me put it on camera. And by the way, I know I have scattered talking because I am scatterbrained. I have a what is it called? I have schizophrenia. Now, I did develop schizophrenia when I became homeless in LA. I did become homeless in LA, but you know what? That's because of bad choices that I made too. That was because of bad choices. I shouldn't have been lazy in certain areas, different things, because I had a lot of opportunities there, but it was also my insecurity still being there at the time too. It was different. It was like a lot of things, and I had a lot of adversaries there as well. And that's another thing that tarot reader told me. She said that I was going to be having a lot of adversaries from there on out, and I'm going to have to be standing up to a lot of people in the future That's what she said back then, and that sometimes they would get the best of the situation, but I would still get up and fight with my sword again. I was still going to stand my ground regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was saying in the video. And she said that it was going to be mainly like with energy, where people were going to have a lot of negative energy towards me, more so than words and actions. But she's right. She's been right on that assessment. Like, I didn't really believe all of that back then, but I'm realizing that that particular tarot card reading that she did years ago, it was right on the money. It was like right, she hit the nail on the head back then. Because I've been going through a lot of stuff with adversaries for years. And, you know, I'm still not where I want to be at in life, but I have gained a lot of experience, like street smarts, more book smarts, different things, like self-awareness, learning how to handle myself, learning how to be more assertive, not passive, not, and, just, matching people where they come at me at. And, standing strong and standing firm in my beliefs and keeping my integrity and moral compass, okay? So basically, this was just kind of like a diary for myself, just to talk out my problems. And if you want to comment, please feel free to comment on my video if you like. But I hope you like. Once again, comment, subscribe, share my video, hit the notification bell if you like. And I will see y'all in another video, my lotus flowers. So I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. And I will too. And I will see you in another one. Peace. I'm out. Bye-bye.